I think I might actually have an idea. So this truck is nothing but rust. And I like that. It looks cool, but it does need something just to offset it a little bit. So it doesn't look like, as someone put it, it was just dragged up from the bottom of the ocean. I think returning some paint to it is probably the way to go, but rather than like stippling on color to be showing through the rust, I thought, what if I could maybe like scratch away some of what I've done back to the original paint job of the truck? Because you have the rust, and then below that you have an acrylic paint that I put on, and below that you have an aerosol primer that I put on, and below that you have the original enamel paint, which is white. So I'm hoping that if I scratch through this stuff, that I'll scratch through everything I did. It might only scratch down to the primer, which is not great, but I doubt it. I think that'll come off. And if by some chance the original paint scratches off as well, then it will just be like raw metal underneath, which will also look cool. Yeah, this works. Is that white or is that silver? I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is that white or silver? I think it's silver. It's actually kind of hard to get into the nooks and crannies here. I can only do this on the original areas of the truck. I can't do it on the plastic card because the plastic card isn't actually, wait, the plastic card is white underneath, so it should also work, right? What happens if I take like a little sanding stick? Oh, that looks pretty good there. Those little divots that I put in, those are showing up nicely. Let's try a piece of actual sandpaper. This has a little bit more grit to it. Now, the reason I'm not intimidated to try this is that if I don't like it, I'll just chuck some more rust effects on there and it'll be fine. So here you actually got white and then metal, which is kind of cool. I don't know, is this better? I don't know if it's any worse. I feel like the raw white was just a little bit too contrasty, so just putting a little bit more rust on top, just a thin amount, and we'll see how that looks. This truck actually brings back a childhood memory for me. I spent most of my childhood on my grandparents' farm, which was in rural Manitoba, a little place called Asheville, an area that my family has been farming for over 100 years. They were some of the original settlers that broke the land. When I was a kid, like 7 or 8 years old, out in one of the fields, my Didi, or grandpa, had 2 old trucks. I don't remember what they were exactly, but they were like 1930s, 1940s pickup trucks. They still had all the original glass in them. Like the rest, the bodies, everything were rusted out and whatever, but they had the original windows, which I now know would be highly valuable and sought after by collectors. One of the ways I kept myself busy as a young kid on the farm was with a pellet gun. I used to go around shooting things with pellet guns and yeah, I mean, just fun stuff. And I had the bright idea to shoot out those windows because I didn't know any different. I didn't know any better. So yeah, I shot them out. My grandpa was very upset about it. I never really understood why at the time because I was like, well, they're old. They're like 100 years old. Who cares? What does it matter? But now, as an adult, especially an adult who collects a lot of older things and understands the kind of value in scarcity of older things, I certainly feel bad now. Yeah. But I mean, hey man, kids are gonna do stupid things. So does this look better? I don't actually know. It definitely doesn't look worse. It's just that the changes aren't that extreme. so it doesn't feel like a big success, but I do think just that little bit of lighter weathering kind of look on edges is nice. The top looks cool. I think the best part is right on the back tailgate. You can actually see the original GMC embossing, which is kind of nice. Doing this actually made me appreciate just how good some of these rusty panels look. Like this plasticard piece right here, the way it's all chewed up on the bottom and it has that really crusty rust on it. I think that looks friggin' killer. That's awesome. I don't really know what else to do to this one. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do anything else. I think I should just leave it. It does look sick as hell. Like it looks like if you play with this, you're gonna get tetanus. One question that's come up in the comments quite a bit since starting to work on these cars is what faction they're gonna be for. And honestly, I didn't really think about that. I was just building cool cars, but finally taking a look, and there's some that I think these definitely won't be appropriate for. Like they're not very militaristic. They're definitely not like Asian precision street cars. A technology based one, no, like definitely not. This one seems to be all about precision and speed. Again, probably no. This one's like feral Australian punks, so that could work. What's this? That looks like one of my vehicles. The Warden. Aggression, badass, maybe. Highway Patrol, Maxine. What's the Jeepers Creepers faction? That's what I want. Order of the Inferno, horror and speed. Okay, that could be it. Beverly the Devil on the Highway, horror and built. Yeah, it could be like the Devil on the Highway one could be good. I think that seems the most appropriate. Rusty's Bootleggers. I guess it really comes down to Rusty's Bootleggers or Beverly the Devil on the Highway. And it's just a matter of whether or not I want to lean more into the horror vibe or the hillbilly vibe. And there's a lot of crossover between those two things. I'm not going to make any decisions yet because it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to run these as one of those two factions. I think. I don't know.